If you want to build a successful sales team, you better pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, it's even in his name. Founders Club member, Chairperson 2. Welcome, Tim Sales!
Woo! Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And you. And you. And you. Thank you very much. During James' conversation, he was talking about a Ferrari, and he was talking about that it's the feeling. And I believe that. That's what you sell, is a feeling. But sooner or later, somebody is going to lift up that hood and want to look under the hood. Is there anybody in here that likes to look under the hood? Okay. So, I am not giving you opinion. I'm giving you facts. All right? So what I'm going to deliver, I'm going to run with it really fast. Can you connect this? I'm in neutral or something? Okay. All right, so I am doing business. I'm talking business here. I'm not talking about the purpose of products. I have an entire different presentation for that. This is about money. You can sell products and you can also sell money. All you have to do is look at a bank and ask them, what do you sell? Money, okay? It's not illegal. My start in the professional world, I started out in the U.S. Navy Special Operations, that is explosive ordnance disposal, deep sea diving, and Navy SEAL team. Okay, so I loved it. I loved it. I was passionate about it until I wasn't. I decided I wanted a family because I looked like that. However, there wasn't a girl in the world that would have wanted me because I kicked in doors, I was shooting at people, people shooting at me, defusing bombs, setting bombs. I was a mess, okay? So then, when I get to the idea of, well, what could I do? All right, so this is about 1 year. This is Buckshot, by the way. That was my dog. About a year before I joined a company, a year before I would join my first company, all right? So I had no marketable skills. What was I going to do? So what I did is that I went to the Washington Post, and I answered this ad, $3 signs, and that's important. I'll tell somebody later. $20,000 a month, top salesperson needed. The only real thing I saw was will train. Because I was an F- student in high school in Hickson, Tennessee, I was least likely to succeed. But the U.S. Navy taught me to drill something until I couldn't do it wrong. And that is it became my mantra. It became like what I was about. And so that saved my life. Because if I could just drill it enough times, then I would get it right. Okay? And so Will Train was the only thing I saw because these were self-starters, 3-year sales experience. All of these had required experience. This guy said, $20,000 a month, I'll train you. I'm in. And I was. He took me to see this man in Bethesda, Maryland, at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. In broken English, he was from Hong Kong. Now look, he has 2 PhDs, and he was in a company called New Skin. And he said, he goes, in broken English, he said, I make $8,000 last month. That's all I heard. I didn't need to see anything else. It immediately handled my objection to selling skincare. It immediately handled everything. Okay? I didn't have what a lot of people have, which is a bunch of noise. I said, how else can I get that money? I didn't know a way. Okay? So 5 years later, I will have almost doubled what he made, $150,000 a month. And so that was part-time for 3 of those years. All right? And then I retired for 18 years. I consulted a couple of hundred network marketing companies. I got inside. I got to meet the owners. I got to meet all of their tech people and all of the people, all right? And so I got to be able to do comparisons. This one's better than this one, and this one's better than this one, and this one's better than this one. Okay? So I had the ability to differentiate one owner from another owner, and that made me valuable. My company bought my business back from me, and then I built another business that was, I had $57 million earners, 5,401 earning a $250,000 or more in just 7 years. Okay, so now you can see how fast it can be built. So during my quote retirement, I was out talking about network marketing. I wrote a video called Brilliant Compensation. 44 million copies were sold and counting because they had basically, there's a whole lot of people who, how many of you ever pirated my video? I'm not gonna kill you, I promise. But a lot of people were pirating it, and so that was just the ones that we got paid for. But that caused the Wall Street Journal to reach out to me. That caused the University of Illinois at Chicago to reach out to me. And then I would go to Colombia. I would go to many, many countries in under the name of the University of Illinois at Chicago, certificate course in network marketing. I was interviewed by Larry King and then recently Grant Cardone. Okay, so that just lets you know I've been here, okay? So now I want to explain something because some people, some organizations come out with a name called pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme or some scheme to throw a negativity on it. There's a reason that they do it. I have been watching this industry be attacked by a lot of people, all right, that don't know anything about like what I know about it. So right here, this puts all businesses in perspective. You can compare where you want to play the game. You can be in raw resources, in other words, a farmer. You can be in manufacturing. You can be in branding. You can be in logistics. I'm going to skip one right here. You can be in customer service. You're dealing with returns, complaints, restocking in other countries. Okay, you can be in that. This one right here, I found to be the very best column to be in. And so all companies of any kind have these three options. They can be brick and mortar, they can be online store, they can be a sales rep. And in the sales rep category, you can be all salary. You can be salary plus commission. You can be just commission. And you can pay your managers a commission if they do sales or not. You see what I'm saying? In other words, this is the real way to explain network marketing. Ours chooses to do sales reps with commission only. All right. Now, why would I want to be a sales rep? I acquire the customer. I serve the customer. It's different than returns and complaints. Okay, it's different than that. So serve the customer means whatever they wanted. Why did they buy the thing if it's the drops or whatever? They want to lose weight, so help them lose weight. If they want hydration, help them with hydration, okay? So serve the customer. You get the highest margins of any of these columns, and you have the most security. John only gets paid when we swipe a credit card. Darren only gets paid when we swipe a credit card. They need us, and we need them. And that is the reason it is a partnership. I promise you, I have been saying partner right here for decades. Okay? So it is very fortuitous that we would come out with a company called PartnerCo, that I would end up in it. All right? So I wanted my partner to be substantial. I don't want them to be this fly-by-night, stick a white label on a product, affiliate marketing program, or something like that. I wanted them committed to a brand of products. Okay? And so when we look at sales reps, okay, what are we looking for? We're looking for what are they going to pay us in money and benefits. That's really what we're looking for. And then our partner needs us, and we need them. It is a true partnership. But what I'm going to show you is that a lot of companies do not create a partnership. And that's one of the dirty secrets in this industry. Okay. So if we're going to play the game of sales or acquisition, this is the playing field. Football has a playing field. Basketball has a basket court. All right? This is our field. It's how the game is played. There's only 4 ways to generate leads. You can do warm outreach. That includes referrals. You can do cold outreach. You can post content, and you can advertise. Every company in the world only has those options, and we have all those options ourselves. And all you're going to do is put that person in front of a presentation. Sometimes you have to set an appointment. Sometimes you don't. Is that difficult? People make it incredibly difficult. Why? You're just trying to stop yourself. Knock it off. It's that simple. You don't have to go into deep meditation. Just knock it off. Just start. Okay? Everybody just start. It's that simple. Okay, so a lot of people sit down and they write these long, long, long goals and very thoughtful. Tim has never done that. Tim goes, I want this, and I go. You can do it fast or slow. It doesn't matter, but do it. Right. You put somebody there. Let's say it's a house. You put a person in front of a house. How does a real estate agent make money? Put a person in front of the house at some quantity. It's not just one. You have to put enough until it sells. And I know the statistics of it. All right? In our compensation plan, this is all on you. You only get paid in this column right here. You don't get paid in that one over there. Okay? You can do this with drama or no drama. What do I mean by that? Oh my gosh, my uncle didn't even reply. That's drama. Oh, my one distributor quit. That's drama. I have the same emotion when I get a yes and a no. I have the same emotion. Okay? So do it without drama if you want to. You can do it with drama. But this is the only one we get recorded. So everything that Todd said about the compensation plan, this is your pay column. All of this is the work to get somebody there. Okay, when somebody says, I tried that and it didn't work, what is it? When people say, few people will make money in it, what's it? If somebody says, I don't know how to do it, it's it. This is it. So when the Attorney General or the FTC says so few people make money, why? It. They didn't do it. What's it? It is put people in front of a presentation. So what do you think you need to do? Man, my people are, they're all filming, they're not cheering. Good on you. Good on you. Okay, so this is the leading indicator right here. If Darren wanted to know, prediction, or Matt wants to know, by the time you get a paycheck and you're looking at it and you go, what? That's all I made? Well, that's too late. You can't change it once they send it to you. This is the leading indicator. It tells you what you're going to make later. So this is about a 3-month cycle where you're pushing leads into the pipeline and putting them in front of presentations. They got to talk to their spouse. They've got to think about it. All those things, that's the follow-up column. I follow up 7 times. I've never seen a statistical advantage of doing more. Okay, it's just me. One more. Okay. People can say it's a numbers game. Yep, it can be played that way. However, there is an aura around someone. And what is an aura? It's an energy field. And it reveals what you think. Okay? Not in a dirty way. It's just what you think. Okay? In other words, do you have intention, a pure intention of wanting to help somebody? If you don't, you probably have a billboard looking aura. and it's creepy. And so you just have to get this idea when you walk up to somebody, no matter who they are, and just say, hey, I'm interested in you. Okay? So I came up with a little simple one, is have the intention to make a prospect's life better. They feel comfortable in your space. That's the simplicity of what I do. Okay, so this right here is kind of, I called it the crescendo, but my wife said, what, the what? It's where people have that epiphany, I hope. And so I'm going to compare PartnerCo to real estate agent, okay? All right, so here's the math. You got to understand it. $250,000 home, okay? Real estate agent sells a home, they're going to make $5,000. The average showing is 17 showings. 17 people have to cross the threshold of a house. 17, and it'll sell, statistically. One sold home, it takes 31 leads, okay? Because a lot of people don't even show up to the house in order to get them through the door. So 31 leads is your metric. If you want to sell 10 homes, you make $50,000, you're going to have to move 310 leads across the pipeline. That's going to be about 30 leads, okay, right there, 30 leads. And if you want to make $100,000, you're going to have to move 620 leads. All we did was double it. And if you want to make $1 million a year, you're going to have to do 6,200 leads. Do you get the idea? That's the it. It's the it in everything in terms of acquisition. All right, here's the exponential factor. So I got, and this was a while back, it's a lot more than this, I got 40 customers that turned into 37,000 customers. Where can you get that anywhere else? I did, and that's a 92,000% exponential factor. Brand partners, I sponsored 129, 41,000 people. It turned into 41,000. That's 32,000 exponential factor. It compounds year over year if you have people on auto delivery or buying products every month or so. Okay, so this right here is my little, it's not my dog, it's a dog, and he thinks that he can't move. But he is sitting there with a bottle, a plastic bottle, and he thinks he can't move. When people say to me, Tim, I don't have time to do my network marketing business, I'm like, you're trapped. You have a thought and you're trapped. Because if my people, let me just show you this. If my people, 41,000 people, if I had 41,000 people work 1 hour in a year, I didn't say 1 hour a day for a year, I said 1 hour in a year, then I'm being paid on 41,000 hours. The average human being can only work 8,762 hours in a year. That means no sleep. And so why wouldn't you double? It's just get one. Just get one more. And you'll double your time. You see? And people get trapped that they can't do it. All right, I'm going to compare PartnerCo to a lot of other things here. All right, compensation plan, real estate agent, 11 times more people, and PartnerCo will make $100,000. Okay, then real estate, okay? Actors and entertainers, 14 times more people make $100,000 in PartnerCo compared to actors and entertainers. YouTube influencers, you know, the people who are anti-network marketing, 79 times more people earn $100,000 compared to YouTube influencers. Amazon sellers, it's not the same business model, but we still make 2 times more people. Two times more people will earn $100,000 in PartnerCo compared to our Amazon sellers. You're not the marketing side. You're the manufacturer. Okay. So every one of those. This is my income disclosure. Okay. The average person does nothing but watch TV. That's the average person. Okay. Listen.
So it's the income disclosure. The point is that the majority of people make almost no money with the company. And then the pitch, because I've seen the pitch, I was watching the pitch last night, is that it's easy to make this money. It's easy to quit your job.
When I went to Morgan Stanley Greenwater, I'm a full-timer. I have to expect to bring the block of business in, or else I'm fired, okay? The average real estate agent doesn't even sell one home per year. Their first year, they don't even sell a home. The average realtor sells half a home per year, a quarter of a home per year.
47% of realtors didn't do a single deal last year.
Well, there you go. So that's like a
47% didn't sell one house last year.
So, Vinny, that would be like
Half
a
of
47%
realtors didn't
layoff.
sell one house last year. Wow, go a little lower to see what are the numbers it says about houses. 70% of agents sold 5 or more. So, I want to know what percentage of realtors and loan officers left the industry.
The median number of sales was 2. How do you live on 2 sales a year?
Insane.
You don't. You're doing part-time or you're pretending to be a realtor when you're not really one.
That's right.
I've seen all this in Miami.
Doing
You got
OnlyFans?
the fakers and you got the doers.
Do you see every industry? Every industry has the same it. And so we've been attacked because of it. But no one ever defined it. Now we all know what that is. Okay, so I'm going to, I want to just show something here. I'm going to jump through. These are my bullet points. Global business. If I'm going to build a business, I want to do this. I want 50 countries or more. All right, debt-free. All right, so here's the highest pay to brand partners. All right, so there's 3 categories here, and most people have been smoked because they didn't understand them. Pie size, this is pie size. We pay 58% of the pie. Of all the sales coming in, we get 50%, okay? And then Herbalife does 29%, Melaleuca 30%, okay? So that's the pie size. And then there is allocation. How much money do we give to the field and what is the balance? I can give $1 million to one person, and I can give $1 to 1 million people. Does anybody want that comp plan? Yeah, because if the one person, then all of y'all work just for that one person. Okay? So there's got to be a balance somewhere. And then there is barriers, some necessary, some not necessary. Okay? So this is a model. It starts with 2 that gets $100 of volume and 500 points of volume when they first start. You get 2, they get 2, and then all the way down 15 levels deep, which is on the left-hand side in that yellow area. So that's our model. And over here is the total volume is 9.8 million. It's right there. I need you to see it because that's the most important part. My laser went out. Okay, so that right there. 32,000 people on your team, 9.8 million. Okay, so now let's look at PartnerCo. Right here in the blue one. They're going to pay out in the gold section, they're going to pay out $7 million on $9 million of volume. My first company was this one right here, New Skin. They paid out 1.2 on 9.8. The difference in my pay, which is the next column down, or next row down, is $102,000 versus $10. Okay, you see now? All right, you can go all the way across there, that green line, that green box that I created. Look at all these different companies, and you can see how much they're not paying their people. They are moving your volume over to the blue diamonds or the blue rubies or the whatevers. They're moving that volume over there. They're not paying you that. Okay, and then here's all of those up there are uni-levels. These are binaries. You can see that uni-levels pay a lot less than binaries, okay? Just because statistics. And this right here, this is the dirtiest secret in network marketing. I have not ever showed this, but I'm going to. These are unnecessary barriers, okay? So if I'm going to be a 2-star national director, what do I have to do? Well, I need the volume, but I also need 2 of these. Well, what in the heck are these? Well, I need 2 of these national marketing directors. In other words, 2 people have to do this. Well, what does they have to do? Well, they have to have 3 directors. Well, what the heck is a director? And I have to have 3 of them and 2 of those. Okay, then it's the director. Well, what does he have to do? 3 of those. Well, what's that? Right? These are barriers to stop you from making money. And that's all that it is. They show you that you're going to get this much money, but they create these traps where you can't. And this one, this is Melaleuca. They pay absolutely nothing. okay, on all of the volume that we mocked up there, okay? And so this beautiful gal that was right here, one of the best presenters I've ever heard, probably in the top 5, and she says, no strings attached, no small print, no asterisk. I looked over here and I saw an asterisk. And it's small print. And then I started drawing lines. All right, she said, no strings attached. Oh, yeah, it is. I know I can read the mind of this owner. This guy will not let me ever retire. I have to have 35 of these leadership credits. I'll never retire. So he doesn't want me to retire. He's going to retire, but he doesn't want me to retire. So that's how you read them. Okay, you have the absolute best compensation plan in the entire industry, and I'm not just talking about... Some of you got it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just want you to know that it's not just in network marketing. I'm telling you, all industries. We have the very best, and it's why we are attacked. Okay? No questions. All right, so I'm going to wrap up there. I thank you so very much for your time. I love all of you. I love meeting you wherever you are. We went to Columbus. We went in all these different places. And you guys are just in the fullest spirit of play and fun. Owners, I can't thank you enough. It was such a gift to everybody. Love you guys.